Hello and welcome back to Money Never Sleeps. My name is Timur from M&A Wealth. If you'd like more information about what you hear during the show, give us a call at 866-973-3627 or visit us online at mnawealth.com. And while at my website, click on the page to check out past shows and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. During the show today, we're going to discuss some of the indicators that can tell you that you're officially ready to retire. A U.S. News and World Report article, 8 Signs You're Ready to Retire, has a lot of terrific details that I'm eager to share today. The first of which is that you're ready to retire if you've had a good conversation about the future with your spouse. Clearly, you don't need your spouse's blessing to retire, but it's very likely a big mistake to make such a foundational lifestyle change without a lot of communication with your spouse. Is your spouse as ready to retire as you are? You don't want to end up in a situation where retirement is more stressful than your career was. After all, retirement is supposed to be a reward for all those years you were punching the clock, whether literally or metaphorically. Clear communication that leads to a solid plan is particularly important on matters like chores. For example, a spouse who has spent many years running the home may have routines for how they prefer to handle things, and the newly retired spouse needs to be respectful of those. Additionally, if one spouse can retire a handful of years before the other, will the spouse who isn't retiring be resentful? And will the retiring spouse be able to accept that their spouse won't be available during the workday to spend time with them until their own retirement? The next sign that you may be ready to officially retire is having all or most of your debt paid off. It's no secret that money is an essential part of getting ready for retirement, and the more debt you're carrying, the more difficult it is to build an adequate nest egg. And while that may sound like simple common sense, the article quotes a financial services professional who says many of their clients come in without a clear sense of what their assets and liabilities are. It's essential to have a thorough understanding of what you own and how much you owe. From there, focus on paying off all or most of your debt before you formally retire. The article adds that many financial services professionals recommend that you have all debts with an interest rate greater than 6 or 7% paid off before you retire. Heading into retirement without the burden of significant debt payments will make your post-work life far more rewarding. Next, you shouldn't head into retirement before you've made a comprehensive budget with the assistance of your financial services professional. Don't lose sight of the fact that budgeting doesn't end once you're no longer working. If anything, budgeting is even more important once you retire because you'll need to accurately track your spending. Another benefit of budgeting with the assistance of a financial services professional is that they'll be able to help you account for the expenses that are likely to emerge as you age. It's one thing to address the spending you're doing right now, but your budget must also anticipate the spending changes that are on the horizon. While what you spend on gas and vehicle maintenance may go down, that savings may be offset by more frequent travel, especially early in your retirement. And as you exit your 60s and mid-70s, it's very likely that your healthcare needs and expenses will rise. Your budget needs to consider what healthcare may be costing you 10 or 20 years down the road. The next sign is determining if you have enough consistent and reliable sources of retirement income. After you've worked with your financial services professional to carefully build a budget, you can shift your focus to making sure you'll have enough money during retirement to both pay your bills and provide you enough to handle your discretionary spending. Retirement shouldn't be about merely surviving, so your strategy should position you to pay your bills and still have some breathing room at the end of each month. Most retirees build consistent and reliable income via pensions, Social Security, annuities, withdrawals from retirement savings tools, and income from a part-time job or business. Once you've crunched the numbers and know that you can comfortably cover your expected expenses, it's a clear indicator that you can now likely retire whenever you want. The next sign that you're ready for retirement is being as certain as possible that your finances can withstand normal market downturns. Many people work with their financial services professional to spread their retirement money across assets like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. The goal is for the growth in these investments to provide you with enough money to fund a potentially decades-long retirement. But of course, there's also risk. The article notes that the concept of sequence of return risk often doesn't get the media attention it deserves. Sequence of return risk simply refers to the possibility of a market downturn hitting just as you're entering retirement. If you pull your money out of the stock market when this happens, you cement losses and possibly compromise the long-term value of your retirement account. The article cites a financial services professional who explains that while the last 15 years have been the stock market's best 15 years, it would be foolish to presume everything will always be this sunny. With the goal of protecting against sequence of return risk, it may be a solid move to set some savings aside in cash or another conservative investment that you choose in partnership of your financial services professional. That way, you can withdraw money from that pool while waiting for the market to recover. The next sign that you're ready to retire is having a plan for your health care. Many workers get their health coverage from their employer, which means they must find new coverage once they retire. While Medicare is available to people 65 and older, younger retirees are on the hook to find medical coverage on the government's health insurance marketplace. The article also recommends discussing long-term care insurance and similar options with your financial services professional. Note that Medicare doesn't cover ongoing custodial care like a nursing home or assisted living facility. Medicaid often will, but before that happens, you must have depleted your assets while also meeting income requirements. Additional options include buying long-term care insurance or life insurance with a long-term care rider. Work with your financial services professional, tax professional, and an estate attorney to prepare your strategy and estate for the possibility of requiring long-term care. Making sure you'll have projects, hobbies, and passions to pursue during retirement is yet another signal that you're ready to retire. Many financial services professionals will tell you that many of their clients find themselves feeling a bit lost in the early days of their retirement. Again, your job was the framework that you built your week around. That's 40 to 50 hours a week and 160 to 200 hours a month you must now fill with other pursuits. You can't simply head into retirement without a plan to fill your days, and in fact, not having a clear sense of what you want to do with your time may be a sign that you should hold off a bit on retirement. Ultimately, boredom is a very real risk that comes with retirement. Feeling burned out at work is the article's final sign that you're ready to retire. Waking up in the morning and feeling a sense of dread about getting up and heading to work means it's time to sit down with your financial services professional to make your final retirement preparations. Of course, having those feelings about your current job doesn't automatically mean you're done working forever. A lot of people shift gears a bit and open their own business or transition to part-time hours, or perhaps become a consultant. For some, easing into retirement is the best move. If you have any questions about your retirement magic number, your retirement strategy, or any other parts of your financial strategy, visit my website at mnawealth.com. or call my office at 866-973-3627 to discuss how my team might be able to answer your questions and address your concerns. It's our goal to help you prepare for the retirement you've worked so hard for.
Disclosure. All matters discussed during the show are for informational purposes only. Opinions expressed are solely those of M&A Wealth and staff. All topics covered are believed to be from reliable sources. However, M&A Wealth makes no representations as to its accuracy or completeness. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services to residents where permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through M&A Wealth, a registered investment advisor in the state of Texas. Insurance products and services are offered through PNC Life Insurance Agency, an affiliated company. M&A Wealth and PNC Life Insurance Agency are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any government agency.